5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And yeah, guys, I think we are live. How is everybody doing today? Just a random stream. So really funny, I was doing a stream earlier on today, and what happened was my internet died. Like, well, my 5 gigahertz connection died, but then all of a sudden I was able to connect to my 2 gigahertz connection. Some weird stuff, some really weird stuff. So what happened was I reset my modem and my router, and after that I was unable to get the internet going again. And I was like, okay, what is going on with that? So I troubleshot everything. I went around, I tried everything I could, and you know what, guys, I just couldn't get the internet working again. So I realized obviously there was an issue there. I've got an engineer booked. The engineer's not coming till Tuesday, but you know what, both my neighbors were kind of elderly, and yeah, I set up their internet. So I asked them, I said, look, do you mind if I use your internet? So I'm actually using my neighbor's internet. So I have got access to it, and I thought, let me try and do a stream. So I kind of tested it on Twitch, and it went really well. So here we are. We are doing a developer showcase, having a look at Jotego's CPS1 core for the MiSTerFPGA. And why are we doing that? Well, because I like CPS1. I played a lot of it in the arcade, and I wanted to kind of try and set this, try and get this going for myself. So if you have a look, right, I'm going to show you something really funny, and you guys are gonna laugh, right, because it is really funny. I've got a mobile setup. My wife is sleeping upstairs. My kids have gone to bed. I think I'm the only one awake in the house. Let me just give you a demonstration of my setup. I am at my kitchen table, guys, and this is what I have. Right, okay, bear with me. Here you go. That is my setup, guys. My 10-inch laptop, and I think the screen I've got is like 10 inches as well. And I'm not using the 8-bit dog controller. I'm actually using an arcade stick, but it was a bit difficult to get in the shop. But that's my current setup. So I wanted to set up because, you know, once everyone goes to sleep, provided I've not got work the next day, that's a peaceful time, man. And just to show anyone that just popped up now, that's my setup there, man. It's so currently as it stands, the screen, I've got it powered for my laptop. I had it powered for my MiSTer, but then it kept kind of ducking out. There must have been like a little bit of a power shortage there. Now I am using the Taki Udon MiSTerFPGA, the MiSTer for this one. And yeah, let's roll. So let's go Strider. This is a great game, guys. Like, this was big in the arcade. Everyone kind of gathered around, they played it. Now, what's really funny is this stick, I've hardly used this on the MiSTer. It's my wired Mad Catz Tournament Edition stick for the Xbox 360. It's probably my favorite stick at the moment that I like playing on. It is just really good. And Strider was, wow, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing game. Sorry, doing really bad there. And you could do the slide in here. Okay, I am doing terrible. I shouldn't really get hit until I get to the boss. Hey, but it's been a while. Actually, it hasn't been that long. I was just playing this over on Twitch. When testing it, the thumbnail that you see is from the Twitch video. So, oh, I've got my little thing here. The power-ups in this were really good. And it was nice to get that, you know, maybe a decade ago now, we got that Strider Metroidvania on like the PlayStation 4 and you know, other modern consoles. I've got it for the PC now. I've got it for Steam. It's out for Steam. Yo, Cuckoo, how are you doing, man? Wicked. Welcome to this stream. We're going to look at CPS1 games. There's a whole bunch of games on CPS1. There's quite a number of games, and we can have a look at quite a lot of them on here. It's a great system. CPS2 was great as well, but CPS2 is where it all began. CPS1 is where we had the first iteration of Street Fighter 2, the World Warrior, and that's a great game. And this is like the first boss is, well, is this the midway boss? I guess it's a midway boss. So he should just go down to one corner now. And I should be, here we go, got rid of him now, just got to hide underneath here. Again, very amazing, like on a CRT or playing this with filters in it, just looks really good. You know, I always remember whatever arcade this was in, it was dark, but a lot of arcades were generally dark. So Jotego, the developer behind this, an awesome developer. I'm a big fan, it's no secret. And yeah, his CPS1 core is excellent. That's what we're looking at today. We're just looking at some stuff on CPS1. I'm sure many of you guys will know what CPS1 has brought, but you know, if you haven't, it's always a good reminder to have a look at this. And for those that are new to the MiSTer or have got themselves a MiSTer Pi, then, you know, you might be like, wow, okay, I can play these CPS1 games. And this isn't a premium core or anything. It's not a beta core. This is publicly available, and it has been for some time. Look, I am powered up, my guys. I've got my long sword. I've got my eagle. I've got everything out there, man. And what a great game. And, you know, this is bringing the arcade to our homes, man. We're playing Strider, man. We are playing Strider. And it's amazing playing this stuff via FPGA. Just absolutely superb. I need to go lower down. Why can't I go lower down? What's happened here? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna load the next game in that time. Okay, we should really be able to go down here. Let's go Street Fighter: The World Warrior. That's a classic. That's an OG, the OG fighting game. You know, like there was games before that. I mean, yesterday we even tried out Street Fighter 1 on the PC Engine CD core. It's known as Fighting Street. Street Fighter 1 also had Fighting Street on there. Guys, just for anyone that's just joining in, this is a setup I've made, a temporary setup in my kitchen, but I've got everything in a bag. I've got 3 MiSTers, so why not use one? So that's my kitchen table. And there you go, that's what you're seeing here. That's what I'm playing on. Apart from I'm not playing on that 8-bit dual pad, I am playing on an arcade stick. That's my kitchen. My tiny laptop is called a GPD WinMax 2. It's a 10-inch screen, and you can remove where the mouse pad is, the trackpad on the left and right. You can move those covers. There's actually a controller underneath there. I've got a little controller there for the MiSTer. I've got my PCN 3D printed case over the MiSTer Pi and a tiny little screen. And yeah, it just gives me the opportunity to bring this down to the kitchen and play. Strider chugs a lot of the Evercade Hyper Megatech. Wow, okay, good stuff. Strider's just really, really good. Let's do a couple of rounds on this, and well, let's go Honda. I always pick like Ken Ryu and people like that. I don't know how good Honda is in World Warrior. Even in Super Turbo, like he's got bad matchups. His matchups aren't that great. You know, he doesn't do great against Shotos, especially. Even in this one, Shotos just own him. Very, very limited with the moves they've got here. They got a lot of moves in the later iterations. So let's have a look. What else have we got? Okay. Oh yeah. I know what we're gonna do next. Next, we're gonna do one of my favorite brawlers. And hopefully the buttons are all set. And guys, hopefully the sound levels are okay. Hopefully the game sound isn't too loud and it's not too low either. Hopefully it's just right. I'm always guessing via levels, right? That was Street Fighter 2, where it all began, guys, where it all began. But we have got an absolutely awesome game. Let's go down to it. Captain Commando. Absolutely love this game, guys. I think this game is superb. It's a great brawler. Very, what would I say, original? Or at least the character design is very, very original. There's a baby riding a mech, and later on in the game, you can ride a baby that's riding a mech that's actually riding another mech. The game has layers. So let's see what the buttons are. I imagine the buttons are kind of okay. I'm gonna chance it and just think to myself that the buttons are okay. Let's go Captain Commando. I've shown off the baby many times in other random arcade streams. Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, let me quickly show you my setup as the game starts. So here you go, that's my setup. I'm playing in my kitchen on a little budget setup. Oh no, I've got the buttons the wrong way around, never mind. So yeah, this is me playing in the kitchen, man. My wife has gone to sleep, and I'm not disturbing her, you know. So I was like, okay, you know what? After that, kids, everyone's asleep. I'm here. You know, I've got a day off work tomorrow, but I still have to be up at 6:30. I told the wife that she can go. She's doing a course. She can go to a course and actually make it there on time. I'll take the kids, and then there's a couple of appointments during the day that I need to go to. Hence why I've taken a day of annual leave. But hey, it's not work, so you know what? I can wing it. I love this flamethrower move. It looks really, really good. Also, the flame effect. The flame effect looks really, really good. Definitely try this game out. It's very nice to play with a friend. You know, if you've got a MiSTer, play on the MiSTer. So what's really good is when you're the baby here, because the baby is riding like a robot, a mech. So the baby can then jump into this mech, and so you've got a baby and a mech in a giant mech. So you can't pick up those weapons, and that's a bit unfair because they give you this mount that you can ride, and then at the same time you get like that rocket launcher or whatever is on the floor. That guy, the boss there, definitely reminds me very, very Legion of Doom vibes, you know, from the wrestling era. Right, I want to pick up a weapon. That's gone now. Okay. Say hello to my little friends. We'll go back in the mech. This might not be a massively long stream. I don't want to go to bed too late. You know, even though I will wing it tomorrow, I don't want to crack it wing it, man. You know, that's one thing about getting older, guys. Those of you that are closer to my age, what do you guys think, man? Like, you know, once you get to that part of the 40s, what happens, guys? You know, you start getting a bit more tired. You realize that, you know, if you're only going to sleep for like 4 or 5 hours, you are going to be tired at work. Let's show you guys a special. So if you played Marvel vs. Capcom games, you know, like the moves you're seeing in here are like the specials. So good times. This is a great system, and a massive shout out to Jotego for just giving us this absolutely awesome CPS1 core. And guys, this is not a beta core. It's been out for ages. Go and enjoy it. And while we're on the brawlers, let's go to a very, very famous brawler. We all know it. We all know it. We all love it. And this is the game where you end up beating a guy that is in a wheelchair. So you end up just the final boss is a guy in a wheelchair. That's what you do. But he's a bad guy in a wheelchair. He's kidnapped your daughter if you pick Hagar, and who knows what he's going to do with the daughter. The daughter's hot as far as pixel graphics go. So yo, it's just IBS. Is it IBS or LBS or pounds? Hey Pixel, does it have Punisher? So Punisher's on 1.5, I believe. So we're not going to look at that today. We can do another stream later doing 1.5. But hey, you know what? We have got stuff like Final Fight. So kind of close-ish to Punisher. Mine does, okay, so free pay. Okay, so 33. I think on, what was it, Dash Lock on the Pocket, he made like the Pocket extras with the Punisher, but I'm pretty sure if that's a Capcom, that is a CPS 1.5 game. So yeah, not quite, we'll stick to that. But again, this was, who remembers, where were you when this game was released? When Final Fight was released, guys, it was superb. It was absolutely great. So let me quickly do the buttons. Okay, we don't really need evades. There was a third button for this game apparently, so let's just quickly get out and save this, and here we go. I'll pick Guy. I like Hagar because of the flying power driver, but I think Guy is the better character. Now, recently there's been another release or an update to the Mega Drive Final Fight, and that plays really well, really well. So that's a great game. But this was when this game came out, guys, in the arcade, this game here was an eye opener. You know, we saw it and we were like, wow, we like just absolutely amazed by it. I was definitely fascinated by Hagar. I was in wrestling at the time. He had that flying power driver, and to this day, that's just one of the coolest moves you can get in a beat 'em up. I was going to call it a fighting game, but a beat 'em up. You know, absolutely superb. You had the specials here. I guess we can use one because, oops. Look at that. Let's grab the can of Coca. It didn't quite give me full energy, but never mind. We're not trying to complete this. We're just having a look at CPS1. So many good games. Such a great system. After we beat Axel, okay, I've got full energy now anyway, so we're all good. Hey, let's grab the meat anyway. Why not? Shout out to Colorado. Yo, Colorado in the house. Final Fight on the Mega Drive is brilliant. Yeah, it's really good. I played one of the earlier versions. I haven't played the latest one yet. Maybe when we do a Mega Drive stream, we can kind of run with that. And it's nice to have a look at some of the Mega Drive games that have been released more recently. Really looking forward to Castlevania Symphony of the Night when that gets complete. That's a big project that Pigsy's taken on. So eventually, I'm sure I'm sure he'll get it done. It'll take a long time. That's a big game, but it was interesting seeing the demo. It was interesting playing that on the Analog Pocket, having it on a handheld or an FPGA handheld. That will change soon when Taki releases his MiSTer, or what's Ken making has made a QM Tech handheld version of MiSTer, and it looks brilliant. So I wonder if people are going to kind of work on that, improve it a little bit. I'm pretty sure there's a barbecue bit of meat out here. I thought there was. I know that's Cadillac and dinosaurs, never mind. Epic boss fight here, man. The whole whistle. Hear it? Oh, they just come at you, man. Okay, let's run another game. What game shall we run next? Oh, I know. This is one that I liked in the arcade, but I have to say it does get a little bit boring. And where are you? Where are you? Magic Sword Heroic Fantasy. Another great game on CPS1. So yeah, fantastic game on CPS1. Really, really good. But honestly, like as I kind of went through the game, when you start playing it with unlimited coins, it does get a little bit boring. So let's go and do the buttons. We'll go define buttons. This is what I like about the MiSTer, man. Simplicity, absolutely, just very, very simple. Doing your buttons and just doing your buttons, very, very easy. No, no like menu with lots and lots of options. Like I love RetroArch, but man, like RetroArch, like to move stuff in there is just confusing. I mean, I'm used to a lot of it, but that has so many options, and sometimes so many options isn't a great thing when you just want to play. You know, you just want to play, you want to get going, and RetroArch gives you a million options. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about it. I, for the whole part, love RetroArch. I think it's brilliant. I was really happy with this 10-inch screen. Now, someone posted a post on Reddit with the same screen, and they've got it where I can utilize the full screen, and like it's got a weird aspect ratio, but 4:3, it's only got tiny little bars. But my capture card, this is my secondary capture card, it doesn't like that resolution, whatever that is, and it doesn't work. So I've had to put it to just 1080p, 1920 by 1080, and I've got borders at the top, bottom, and left and right. However, for capturing, for you guys watching it, it gives a good one out there, man. It gives a good image out there. So if I was playing this without capturing stuff, then I'd be using it so I can use the real estate at the top as well, which would naturally make the sides decrease. I really want Capcom to bring this back, right? I want them to bring this back into like a modern game. I'd really love to play like the way they did Strider. I'd love them to do like a Metroidvania of this game. Oh, seriously. I really think this game needs to come back, either as some kind of action game, a Metroidvania, whatever. Just give me some Magic Sword. And talking of that, guys, what game would you like to see come back? What game is it out there you'd think, you know what, it'd be awesome to get like a modern version of this. This makes me think of Battletoads Arcade. Today I learned the hardware is pretty unique and not common at all like CPS. Yeah, so SRG 320 actually started working on a Battletoads core. It's a work in progress. It'll be available from somewhere. I've probably got it on one of my misses. I've probably got it on this one, in fact. Yeah, it's glitchy. But SRG 320 is just amazing at what he does. So he may well take it up again and complete it. I mean, at the moment he's making a lot of headway on the Sega Saturn. The Sega Saturn core is it's so superb, man. It's my favorite console core on the MiSTerFPGA. It's just such a great system. Let's rescue some people. And here we go. We got the ninja. Is he chucking cherries at them? Is he the Pixel Cherry Ninja? Okay, I'll release them, but I don't know if I want to get you. Okay, yeah, you know what? We'll take the Holy Man. Can't remember who the best one is in here. What your kind of best support character is in this. There's something really annoying about this game. When your health goes low, you kind of hear like a non-stop car alarm, and it's quite an annoying sound. It's not a nice sound. And this is a game well worth checking out. I used to play this like on emulation. I used to play it in the arcade first of all, and then I played it on emulation. I just like the way the game looks. I think it looks good. Oh, here we go. We've got the car alarm sound now. That looks like a thief guy, right? Is that a thief? No idea. Let's see who else we've got. This is really good. Look at that. We've got like, so I guess the other one was the light magician. This one's like the dark magician, you know? A great, absolutely great CPS1, man. What a great system. There's a whole bunch of games on there. I probably can't remember all of them, but as I'm in my kitchen, I want a budget set up. So yeah, amazing. Would be so amazing to get like a modern version of this. I kind of like the person I've got now, you know. Right, let's do a bit of Willow. I am having fun playing this. But let's do Willow. Willow was good, man. That was a tough game. Had a shop in it as well. Why can't I just press W on my keyboard? Okay, Willow. Here we go. Willow, Willow, Willow. Hope everyone's having a good Sunday, man. Don't stay up too late if you're in the UK and you've got work tomorrow. Get your sleep, man. Us older guys, unless you're a young guy and you're all good with that. Who else? Oh, wait, Wicked. Vol Joe, shout out from Minnesota. Wicked. Prime 1. Hello, chat. MiSTerFPGA, great again. MiSTer is king, baby. Yeah. Yeah, Battletoads would, hopefully that core is something that'll get complete. That really, really would be awesome. Don't forget. Oh, yeah, Black Tiger. Is that CPS1? I don't think that's CPS1. Unless it is, yo, Alan D in the house, man. Alan D's an early riser like me, and he's staying up as well. Yeah, I don't think. Let me have a look at the list. I'm having a look at a list here. If Black Tiger's on there, yes, we'll definitely try that. I don't think that's on there, you know. Do you know what? Maybe we can do some CPS 1.5 because on the list that I'm looking here, it kind of. I wish if the list was alphabetical. It's not. No, this list is wrong, man. Have a look at the attract mode. Wow. Okay, I didn't. Okay. I need to find. Maybe I just need to put in the wiki. I've got like, you know, the first list that Google populates. System 16 is good. That'll give us an accurate idea of what it is. This is a good game, guys. Willow is fantastic, right? System 16, good old System 16. What does System 16 say? Okay, once I get past this advert, okay. So we have got. I'm going to read out the list while we look at the Willow attract mode. We've got 1941 Counter-Strike, Capcom World 2, Captain Commando, which we've had a look at. We've got Carrier Air Wing, US Navy, Dynasty Wars. Okay, that was an interesting game. I did like that. Final Fight, which I didn't know was known as Street Fighter 89. That's really interesting. Forgotten Worlds, also known as Lost Worlds. Ghouls and Ghosts, Kensei Magura, unless that's part of the same name. Knights of the Round, Magic Sword, which we just had a look at before here. Mega Twins, Cheeky Cheeky Boys, that's a good game. Mercs, Nemo, and then we've got Pang 3. Okay, that was on CPS1, I didn't actually know that. Penny Keys, Quiz and Dragons, that's interesting, but it's a quiz game and you end up getting owned. Rockman, the Power Battles, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. Then we've got Street Fighter Hyper Fighting or Street Fighter Turbo. Strider, the King of Dragons, Free Wonders, UN Squadron, Varth, and Willow. What we are having a look at right now. So, yeah, sounds good, guys. Sounds good. Hey, I hope everyone's having a good. I know you guys in the USA are behind, aren't you? So you're in the afternoon, so this is a good one for you. I think Sunset Riders may have been released. Sunset Riders, I can't remember if that's a beta. I can't keep up, to be honest. It's really, really difficult. I know when stuff gets released. What I can't always keep up with is if something is in beta or if it's been released to the public. But yeah, I don't know if it has been released because there might be more Konami games coming. So. But Prime 1, yeah, Black Tiger isn't on the CPS1 list, so we're not going to try that today. However, you know, I've tried it before. That is a good game. It's a tough game, and it's something that I played in the arcade. I have memories attached to it because there was a video game store I used to go to. The guy there used to play Black Tiger. Black Tiger was one of the machines they had in there, and I used to always hang around there. And what used to happen when a customer came in, he had to serve him. He used to let me take over the game, man. This guy was hooked on it. He must have spent all his wages on Black Tiger. He was very good at it as well. But yeah, I was hanging about as you do when you're kids. And I was like, yeah, I'll play some Black Tiger when a customer comes in. So I was always hoping a customer came in. And often people did. You know, we're talking about the video shop where you rented out videos, Be Kind, Rewind. You know, before that was a movie, that was always a thing. Yo, we got Chris Mullin. Evening, my buddy. How are you doing? Maybe Sunset Riders is in beta. Not exactly 150% sure. I know it's out. Okay, and no, X-Men is definitely in beta. I don't think that's a public release yet. Let's give this a little whirl. Just a little while. Maybe up until we get until the shop. And we'll have a look at some games. And this is a great system. Very, very good system. Well, okay, I'm going to play with opposite buttons. Love the slide. Good soundtrack. I really like the soundtrack for this. Look at that. That's a coin guzzler where a guy just attacked you from above. Something you have to learn in the arcade, and you had that with I'll probably mention it every time I play. You had that in the arcade where you kind of notice the traps. You know, you're like, okay, someone's just gonna come at me. I don't even want to go to the shop. I just want to go and attack this. We ain't got time for the shop. Oh, wow, good little thing there. Right, okay, let's run with something. Is it you and Squadron that we got here? This was a good shmup, a horizontal shmup. It was difficult, but it was a good shmup, guys. Very, very good shmup. Okay. Oh, wow, okay, that's interesting. Let me try something. Is that going to go up and down? Let's see. Because I can see that bar on the right. Like with a budget stream, I kind of went with what I kind of had before and whatnot. But I can see a bar on the right of the chat. That's interesting. Right. Okay. So this is a good game, man. I had this for the SNES. It was tough, and this is the game where a friend of mine, when we first time we played this, I was like, what character shall I pick? And he said to me, you know what, whenever I play a new game, I always pick the middle character because one's usually going to be fast, one's going to be strong. And that's actually a really, really good, that's really good way to think about it. And I was like, okay, let's do that. So I'm going to go with this and we'll exit. Yes, I was like, yeah, that's the guy, my buddy's actually a genius. So you've got energy bar in this, so this is one of the ones with an energy bar. The SNES port was really good from what I remember. I mean, you know, I'm sure the arcade one had its advantages. There may have been some stuff that was better, but yeah, the SNES one was good for sure. Probably firing these a bit too early, but hey, you know what? We're playing, we're having fun, and we're checking out the awesome CPS1 from Jotego, and I got to give Jotego a plug. And just like I do with all the developers that I try and cover in these, this is why FPGA gaming is so awesome. You know, supporting a developer such as Jotego, it generally means that you're supporting FPGA core development. Jotego's got like full-time, not just him doing it, but he's got full-time members of staff that work as full-time employees, bringing us these awesome games that we enjoy, and you get access to beta. So someone that was asking, you know, is that in beta now, or is that coming out? You know, if you join it, but hey, there's no pressure. I don't want to impose on anyone. You know, either you got the funds and cool, you can do it, but everyone's situation is different. I get it, and everyone's priorities are different. Oh, your audio is choppy. Okay, I don't know what I can do. Can anyone else confirm that? Because sometimes I do get someone saying something's up, but it's usually affecting one user, which means the problem's not my end, it's their end. So if someone can confirm that, that would be great. I just want to show you guys this again for anyone that came late in the stream. I am streaming from my kitchen. Here's a picture of my setup and exactly what it looks like, guys. That is it. That is my kitchen. I'm not using the M30. I'm using a fully fledged arcade stick, but I'm using a 10-inch laptop and a 10-inch screen. my Mr. Pi there on the right hand side, and yeah, this is what I'm rocking and rolling with, guys. So a fun little setup that I've got. Only just arrived, so okay, that's nice to hear. Okami, how you doing? Good to hear. The sound is fine. Oh, I rebooted, is fine. Yeah, I always get a little bit concerned when people say that, because I want to do stuff, but then I don't want to do it if the fault is on your end, you know, and reset everything and kind of go for it again. So, but all good, man. Glad it is working. So let me have a look at what else is here. So let's have a look at Capcom World 2. Not something I'm familiar with, but let's have a look at that. So Capcom World 2. Is it Capcom World? Is it Capcom? Okay, Capcom World 2. So, okay. I don't know if that's CPS1 or not. I don't want to pick a wrong game. So I'm not going to go Capcom World 2. Okay, what's Carrier Wing? We've got Carrier Wing. The Carrier Ear Wing. So let's have a look at this. I wonder if this is just this game again. It won't be, because the alternatives are in a different folder. So I'm not too familiar with this game, unless it ends up being a game that I do actually know. That's why I'm looking at this list. And a good old System 16, an absolutely fantastic site, something that I use a lot. It's a very, very good resource when it comes to having a look at this stuff. Is this UN Squadron again? Okay, so Carrier Wing. Are we gonna? Okay, so it's different. We'll go with a principle where I'm gonna pick the middle one again, because that was a good move from a buddy of mine. Oh, I do remember this game, because I remember Sean Connery now, and this probably is just Area 88 again, I'm pretty sure, but that guy there looks like Sean Connery, right? It's not just me. I remember seeing this game previously, and I'm pretty sure this is it, you know? Let's have a look. Yo, SNK Kev, how you doing, man? Oh, Daniel Cortez in the house as well, wicked. Audio all good for Alan as well. Wicked, man. My kitchen stream is going, man. I know Al does stuff in the kitchen sometimes, because he sent me pictures of stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it's 3D prints, and I'm like, oh yeah, man, I see that in the background in the kitchen. Okay, so this, I wonder if this is a sequel to UN Squadron, guys. It may well be that, right? Could it be a sequel? It may well be a sequel, right? Okay, good stuff, man. CPS1, what a great course. Seriously, what got me to get the MiSTer was CPS2 more than anything, but CPS1 and 2 are golden cores for me, man, because I did play the majority of these games in the arcade. Well, I did see them. Like, this isn't something I played heavily in the arcade, and to be honest, neither was UN Squadron. But UN Squadron is something I played a couple of times in the arcade, and then played a lot on the SNES. So this Carrier Ear Wing, I imagine it's a sequel to it, maybe, or maybe out around the same time. But yeah, this is a good game. And I remember seeing this in the arcade. Not something that I heavily played at all. But you know what? It's a good game, man. Capcom, I don't think Capcom had too many shmups, right? But they had some good shmups. Well, it did. Giga Wing's really good. When we have a look at CPS2, which we will do at some point, yeah, that's a good one to have a look at as well. Again, what a great game, guys. What a great game. And okay, we are dead. Let's have a quick look at what else is going on. Okay, let's look at Knights of the Round Table now. Knights of the Round Table. Knights of the Round Table. Okay, so it's just Knights of the Round, isn't it? It's not actually Knights of the Round Table. Yo, Chris Mullin. What's Chris Mullin saying? What was the first game you completed, or in my case, got to max points? Oh, that's a difficult question, man. It's difficult to say. I haven't even completed that many games. I mean, I have completed a fair amount of games, but not as many as some people out there. You know, I've always moved on from one game to another. But some of the earlier ones, Super Mario 1, Super Mario 2, what else was there? Oh, Mega Man 2 on the NES, Operation Wolf on the Commodore 64. Man, it's really, really difficult. Obviously, Street Fighter 2, like fighting games, you end up completing, right? Because once you work out, you know, the patterns and everything, and back then you were good at working out those patterns. But that's yeah, that's it. It's difficult to say. Like recently, Resident Evil 2 and 3, the remakes. Resident Evil 4, I kind of gave up. I need to go back and revisit that. Metroid Dread is something I always remember finishing. That was great. So what's Okami saying? Got the calls loaded in my pocket, but never really looked at them. Going to enjoy just seeing you sample what's on offer, find some games to try. No, that's really, really good. I'm glad it brings attention to people's awesome work. So nice little round table. Oh, okay. So, right. Controls. Oh, you can pick one. Okay, so we'll go Arthur, man. Let's go Arthur. And I bet the buttons are the wrong way around. So let's quickly do the buttons. And the MiSTer lets you do them quickly. So that's good. All right, here we go. Look at that. Look how quick we did that. We'll save them as well. Always double tap to see if you can run. So I think it'll be fun to do CPS2 as well, because, you know, it's like the games just, I mean, CPS1 games have aged really, really well. They look really, really good as well. But some of the games on CPS2, you can see like they feel beefier. Some of the graphics look a little bit better. Well, I wouldn't say better, but maybe an upgrade. Maybe some more details in there. These just look superb. But I have to say, I don't know what you guys think, but when it comes to Street Fighter, I definitely prefer the sound effects on CPS1. On CPS1, when you actually hit someone, it proper feels like you hit them. You know, I remember going into the arcade, hearing those elephants and hearing those punches. It just sounded superb. Whereas on CPS2, it was a lot more lighter. The hits didn't feel like the hits in CPS1. CPS1 felt like every hit was a KO, you know, compared to like CPS2, Super Street Fighter and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, you know, Original World Warrior, Champion Edition, all those games there, they just played really well. What's the, okay, that's the special there. It's really interesting watching people that can 1cc brawlers, because it's all about like the positioning, and there's a lot of patience required as well. You can't just spam, you have to kind of move back. Something that I am not really too familiar with. I've never really been like super great at brawlers, you know. I've enjoyed them, yeah, but when I watch the way people kind of like 2 hits or something, then they go back, or like the diagonal kind of movement that they do, everything to kind of, you know, get further in the game. I like that Scorn. Michael Scorn, if you know, you know. Michael Scorn from The Office, wicked. Spider-Man Kids TV, was it real light guns or joysticks that had light gun models attached originally? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm not really sure what to say here. What are we looking at next? Let's have a look at another game. Let's have a look at Dynasty Wars. That was an interesting game. So Dynasty Wars was in a place where a friend of mine wasn't allowed to go in there. It was like a social club for like, well, it usually used to be older guys there playing cards, but my friend's mum said don't ever go in there to him, so he used to wait outside. I used to go in and play Dynasty Warriors. I think I'll need to do buttons on this because oops, what am I doing? Sorry, getting later. Should really go right, attack left, attack right, just in case they were the wrong way around. So start coin, and that's it. Save the settings. So Dynasty Wars was interesting. There was a sequel to this as well, where I think you could get off the horse. I don't think you could get off the horse in the first one. And again, like, all this looks so good on a CRT, man. So darn good. And that's how I kind of remember it. And I can't remember what character I used to like. Like, I kind of liked this game. I thought this game was good. But I don't know if it is that good. Wow, man. This one I remember a lot. So you had, you know, you had left and right attack. It was a unique brawler, you know, left and right attack. You're on a horse. I don't ever recall you getting off the horse in this one. I think you can in the sequel, but not in this one. But very unique and worth trying out. It's an interesting game. Can't believe I'm streaming from my kitchen, man. I think it's the first time I've streamed from my kitchen. I have brought like my main laptop down here before to do like a news video if I wasn't too tired on a Friday. I have done that before, but I haven't done that for a while. I tend to just stick in my bedroom. That's where I've got, you know, what is comfortable as a workstation. But it is nice doing this stream like this. I'm going to use my mobile kit a lot more. I could have been streaming ages ago, but I couldn't. The capture card was kind of playing up, and and I realized it only works on specific USB ports. On a USB 3 port, which is USB A port, which is USB 3. When it comes to USB Type C, it doesn't work that great for some reason. No idea why. You know, I have to say this game's actually alright. I was thinking in my head it wasn't that good, but it is good.
I am here to assist you.
Oh, look at that. We got that guy with oh, he's on my side, I think. Yeah, just the helper there. Was that my special that I used? Because I was trying to press the third button, but I don't remember too much about having specials in this game, you know? That's definitely a boss. He's not on my side. Surely, nah, there's two of them, man. They want me. And I think I'm out, man. It's not going to be generous and give me another life. No, but here we go. That's really, really cool, guys. What else have we got? By the way, I'm using my neighbor's internet, man. My internet, I think my modem's failed. So my ISP that have given me a modem or a hub, I've turned it into a modem. I've got my own router with some custom firmware and you know, my own, and a better DNS on there. Let's have a quick look at Forgotten Worlds, because that is CPS1. And I don't want to play it. I need a rotary controller to play that properly. Even though I did play that on the C64, that was a good game. But maybe we can have a look at the attract mode. Yeah, so my internet's gone, but yeah, both my neighbors are awesome. So I've got, depending on what side of the house I'm on, one internet is usually better than the other. These arcade games are amazing because they always had impactful presentation. Yeah, they were. And don't forget, arcade games, they were selling you the arcade games, you know, when you're going somewhere, it had stuff to attract you over to it, and that's why it had attract mode there, you know, for the whole purpose of just looking good and making you think, yes, I want to play this. This was a good game, but you really need a rotary controller. I've got like the PlayStation, is it a Joy-Con or a whatever it's called, the Ridge Racer 4 controller that's rotary, but it's uncomfortable to play. I'd love to get one of those rotary arcade sticks, but honestly I don't have enough space. I just bit the bullet and bought a pixel memory stick, which is absolutely superb, but yeah, I just don't have the space for it, man. My corner in the room is just full. I got stuff in the shed, man. Yeah, it's just yeah, it takes up a lot of space. But yeah, Forgotten Worlds was a good game. I really liked, like, at the time, the artwork for this game, the characters and everything, it was very, very fitting for the time. Now it looks a little bit cheesy. Still great, but the artwork, the way your characters looked, you know, the adverts you had at the time. I remember one advert for the Commando game where you had a commando and it's like, look how hard I am. I'm like the hardest man you will ever meet. When I say hard, I mean like, you know, toughest man you'll ever meet. And there's TNT around and he's got his foot on that kind of knee bent, and he's smoking a cigarette. You know, he's like, yeah, look at me, I'm so invincible, I'm so tough, I'm smoking a cigarette over TNT, which really, you know, when you look at it, is really saying he's a moron, because he has got a cigarette and he's got some flames around near something that's highly combustible or even highly explosive. Just super crazy. Yo, anime otaku in the house, man. We're looking at Jotego's CPS1 core because Jotego is awesome and CPS1 is awesome. But one thing I am not going to do is I'm not going to play Forgotten Worlds, man. It frustrates me more than anything else, not having that rotary controller. So let's have a look at Mega Twins and Cheeky Cheeky Boys, because that is a good game. So I'm wondering, I think it's going to be on the Mega Twins. Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of stuff on the... Right, Mega Man. Mega Rescue. Come on, don't do... Oh, Mega Twins. Here we go. Again, another CPS1 classic game. Great CPS1 game. Let's have a look. So let's quickly do the buttons as well. And... Okay. It's really handy having that little keyboard there, you know, that tiny keyboard. Just going to show you guys my setup again for anyone that came in late. I am streaming from my kitchen, and this is what, pardon me, that's what I'm streaming on, guys. I'm using an arcade stick instead of the 8-bit dog controller. but a 10-inch laptop, 10-inch screen or whatever inches that is, a Mr. Pi, and this is how I am doing it. Oh, I think I need a little sip of water. I do have some water there. Hopefully I won't spill any. Oh, that was nice. Hey, but at least I'm not like Super Saiyan, right? That guy sits in his underwear and drinks beer during interviews. I don't think he's done that simultaneous though, has he? Maybe, who knows? Oh, a bit of a dry throat. Wow, it's coming up to 11, man. It's kind of late here. Who else? Wicked. Oh, thank you, Chris, man. It's my. I've had it for a while. I bought the screen for a while. I had this one here, but I haven't really used it. And yeah, now I should really use it more because playing these old games on a small screen, it's fine. I can actually use more of the screen without having the borders up top and less borders on the left and the right. But the capture card doesn't like it. And a shout out to Big Al, man. Big Al bought a capture card just to help me with the channel, man. What a nice guy. And he put me onto this really cheap one, which I'm using now. It's very, very good. I think it cost me... Oh, do you remember how much it cost? Was it like £25 or something? And it's a second capture card. So I've actually got a bag ready with a mobile setup in there now, you know? And the mobile setup is the Mr. Pi. I can also take the Analog Pocket if I want to, but I'll generally be using the Mr. Pi. So yeah, it'll be a Mr. Pi in there. I'll leave an 8-bit controller in there. I can always swap the controllers out and whatever. I mean, I could even take it to a friend's house and play it. And obviously, I can use a different screen if a different screen is available. Then I can just use the other screen next to the laptop. So I've got 2 screens for the PC and a 3rd screen that I'm looking at. I mean, options are there, but it's a nice mobile setup. This is a really good game, and I have to say, on this small screen, it does look good. And this small screen's very, very responsive. I think the latency on this, the display lag's tiny. It's like, you know, it's not even, I don't think it's like a quarter of a frame or something. It's like 2 or 3 milliseconds, if that. So very, very happy. And you can tell when I'm playing it, everything is very, very responsive. So, and it's only cost me, I think it cost me £42 from AliExpress. It's like a 1920 by 1280. Someone else was praising it on Reddit, and they posted the settings up to get maximum use of the real estate that we've got. But yeah, I that just crashes. It doesn't agree with. It agrees if I'm only playing it and using the screen, but it doesn't agree with the capture card. So with the capture card, I've got to use a standard one, like you know, 720p or 1080. In this case, I'm using 1080. This is a really, really good game. Very kind of unique feeling jump as well, man. I think he's going to kill me here. I think this came out for like the Mega Drive and the PC Engine as well, so there were home versions of this game. Right, let's have a quick look at what else there is on CPS1 that we haven't. There's a game called Nemo. I don't know that game. Let's have a look at that. I really don't know that game. It's not Finding Nemo, is it? Can't be. Nemo World. No idea what this game is. This might be the first time that I'm actually trying it. No, do you know what, Anime Otaku, I'm not using a Pixel Memories one yet because I played Street Fighter at the beginning. Like, I love the Pixel Memories stick, but I'm used to a larger stick for playing Street Fighter. Like, I can play it, but on one player side, I find it a bit harder to do my combos. I do intend to do a video on the Pixel Memory stick, but when I've got time off for Christmas, I'll take the time, I'll film it, and then I'll give his store a little plug because the work he does is superb. Okay, this really does look like an interesting game. Right, okay. Right, sorry guys, my bad. Let me... Oops, okay. That'll do. Right, okay. Oops. Okay, this is, I've never played this game, you know, guys. Very, very interesting. I think just the name Nemo, I kind of think to myself, is this Finding Nemo? But apparently this is on CPS1, and what am I? I'm riding a toy train, is it? And my toys come to life and they're attacking me. Very, very interesting. Oh, you can jump on stuff as well. That's really, really cool. Okay, so in the attempt of trying to show you guys CPS1, I've actually found something new on CPS1 myself. Hey, what a day! Very well presented game. Looks superb. Look at that. We are rocking on a train, man. Being attacked by zeppelins, hot air balloons, and who knows what else. And I can't even say I saw this game in the arcade. You can even play it 2-player. Oh wow! He dumps it on the bed. This is like Bed Knobs and Broomsticks or something. Is that? Remember that movie, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks? I always remember it because it had like a animated part in there where, you know, the real actors kind of interact, kind of like Mary Poppins, right? It had a scene like that in there. So I definitely remember Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. It was a game that we sorry, not a game, a movie that we watched as kids. But this is an interesting looking game, man. Wow, and here we go, choo 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 all abroad. A big shout out to Robbie from over the FPGA Gaming Discord. I know trains are his jam apparently, I think, if I remember correctly. It could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was quite excited about trains before. So Robbie, shout out to you, man. Maybe you should try this game. You get to ride a train and play something on Capcom CPS1. Absolutely great stuff. Great stuff. It's fun playing arcade games on an arcade stick, though. Not just fighters, but arcade games in general. Also, Otaku, you know, swap out, sleep out the SmoMo. I'm thinking of modding. I've modded my 8BitDo stick, you know. I've modded my 8BitDo one with a SmoMo stick and SmoMo buttons, but I have the same issue I do with the Pixel Memory Stick. It's just a bit too small for fighters. It's good for anything else. I can play this on it, no problem. I can play Shadow Dancer, Shinobi, Brawler, Shmups, no issue. The only thing I can't play on smaller sticks are fighters, because there's just not enough resting space on the left. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's probably more a me issue than anything else, because I know other people that are absolutely fine with that stuff. Man, this game's superb, but I feel like we should move on to a next one, so bear with me. Let's have a look at something. Let's have a look at Mercs now. Mercs is a CPS1 game. Here we go. And I think we've got like a Mega Man game as well, haven't we? Really, really cool, man. Really, really cool. Ooh, I need a bit more of my water. For anyone that streams, always have a drink with you, man. It's important to keep yourself hydrated. Okay, and for anyone that hasn't seen the setup yet, let me just share it to you again. Let me show you my kitchen setup. That is my kitchen setup for late night gaming. I've got an option to stream. I just usually can't be bothered setting it up, but I did today. So here we go. Let's get into this game. Let's see, it always does the button. I've got a 2-button combo to bring up the menu. I should just use the keyboard. Define buttons. Okay, start coin. Okay, cool. We're rocking and rolling, guys. Maybe I can rotate this screen into Tate mode. Interesting. I do like this screen. Very glad I bought this. I wonder if this was like a follow-up to Commando. There's a game by, I think it's by SNK Gorilla War. I used to play that in the arcade. Really good with a rotary controller as well. I certainly hope that that comes out over to FPGA one day. It will be superb if it does. Do you know, I've never given this game a lot of play, but it is good. It's very, very good. Oh, you need to be on the move quite a bit. Right, okay, we are dead. We are brown bread dead, guys. And let me have a look at another game. So there was another game. There was a Mega Man game, wasn't there? Mega Man something? Mega Twins? No, where are you? Where's the Mega Man game? I thought it was a Mega Man game. Maybe that's CPS2. Let's have a look at Pang 3. Pang 3 is on here. Pang 3, okay, interesting. Like, obviously, I know Pang 3. Pang, the original one's like my favorite, but I didn't realize Pang 3 was a CPS1 game. Yo, Inarkey, how you doing, man? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Not going to be streaming for too much longer. It is 11 o'clock here. And even though I'm off tomorrow, I have got a few things to do. So let's kind of see how it goes. But yeah, I'm really glad with this setup. I'll kind of review the stream after, and maybe I'll put a little bit more... do some other stuff in there. I didn't know CPS1 had Tate mode. Do you know what? Yeah, that Mercs is a Tate mode game, isn't it? So maybe something to try. Okay, boobies, guys. Classic boobies. Classy boobies. It's art boobies. You know what? But they are no my or dead or alive boobies. You know, even though I still like Pang 1 the best, this version's really good as well. Really impressed with this tiny little screen, man. It's so darn good. And it's nice playing arcade games on this. If I was playing something like the SNES or something where I need to move closer and focus, it might be a little bit more difficult. So avoid the balloons. Okay, so we are... Okay, so this starts with the small ones. Let's try and pop these ones. was that a plate of spaghetti bolognese? That was super interesting. Oh, I've got double shot. Didn't realise that. No, never mind. All good. Okay. I got myself an apple. Oh, is that Van Gogh? That's Van Gogh, isn't it? Well, your power-ups kind of continue. I've got 2 shots. I'm kind of used to getting that, you know, getting the shot in the level. But guys, this is really cool. Right, let's see what else. Oh, what's this? PNIC something, right? PNIC. Let's have a look at that. It should be near there. Hey, what's this game? Never heard of this. Panickies? Don't know this game. No idea. Maybe when it loads, I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this. But honestly, I don't think I do. Right, left, down, up. Ooh, rotate left, rotate right. Okay, cool. Right, let's give this a... Okay. Well, puzzle game. Oh, okay. Again, no idea this was a CPS1 game. Wow. Do you know what? Did it actually say Capcom? Or is System 16 wrong? Never heard of this game. Let's load it up and see. Definitely looks like a Capcom beginning, right? Text looks like, yeah, it's Capcom. Wow. Never heard of this game, man. Like I'm discovering more stuff on CPS1 as well. Amazing. Wow. Great stuff. Okay, so this is Capcom version of Columns. There's no hard drop. I just checked. Oh, okay, yeah, those 3 colors on the right, they look the same to me. I can see that they're slightly different now. Yeah, I'm doomed with this game. Let me find another one. Okay, Rockman, the Power Battle. Okay, it's under the Rockman name. Right, okay. Have we got Rockman? No, okay. Is it on the Mega Man, the Power Battles? Quite a few games. Okay, Mega Man, the Power Battle. Okay, that's the CPS1 version. And this was interesting. I never quite got into these games. I tried them out and I was like, okay, this is interesting, but not really like an amazing game for me, you know. But I know some people like it, and you know, I think a lot of people that enjoyed the Mega Man boss battles kind of like these. Right, let me go here so we can... Okay, that's better. Right, so... Weapon change. Okay, interesting. Right, okay, let's check the attract mode. We'll play again, really interesting. So you can play it 2 players. you fight a lot of bosses, and wow, Mega Man is Mega Man, and he's firing that right at us. So Mega Man, the Power Battle. I know there was a version of this game out for the Neo Geo Pocket as well, so that was really interesting to see. So yeah, man, good stuff. Let's okay, so you got the different bosses or different versions of the bosses. I don't know Mega Man well enough to know whether those bosses are just straight out of a game, but it is a good looking game. And I guess you need to have the mentality that it is just a boss battle game. It's a boss rush game. So definitely an interesting twist on Mega Man, an interesting concept for an arcade game as well. Shame more games like that don't have option to help with color blindness. Do you know what? It's crazy because a lot of men are colorblind, so more of them have it. There's someone that actually made a SNES core for the Unlock Pocket, and they adjusted the SNES core to be colorblind friendly. So that was really cool, man, to kind of see that kind of pop out. What else have we got? Okay, so we got the different iterations of Street Fighter. Let's have a look at so we had a quick look at World Warrior. Let's now have a look at let's have a look at Street Fighter Champion Edition. Oh wow, we're on Champion Edition already. That's super. Definitely need to do the buttons for this though. Okay, again, just love how easy MiSTer lets you do your buttons, you know? No messing around, and here we are. We are doing a little bit of, let's go claw. I like claw. Yeah, do you know what? That's it, man. Average blue collar dude. Man, it is all about the nostalgia, isn't it? This was amazing. I think the first boss I picked, obviously, when this came out, I went into the arcade and I was like, I'm going to clock this game. I'm going to pick like Dictator, you know, Bison as he's known in the West, or Vega as he's known in the East. I was like, yeah, man, he's not going to beat me. And yeah, I got beat by the first character. Okay, Claw, man. Claw was a powerful character in the earlier games, man. Super Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. He is top tier. Yeah, we'll have a look at Hyper Fighting next, man. Hyper Fighting was good because it gave you those mid-air hurricane kicks. So I need to just spam this. Wow, yeah, he's powerful, man. He destroys. Let's go straight to Hyper Fighting. If that's what you want, that's what you're gonna get. Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, superb. Love this one. This is really good. Probably the best of CPS1, but I still like World Warrior because I played it a lot against. I had the arcade machine in my shop, so I started playing it again. You know, just against the CPU. And that one's slow. You know, I'm an old man now, so I don't need to focus and everything fast. So guys, what are we looking at today? We are looking at the excellent CPS1 core from Jotego. Who is Jotego? Well, only one of the best FPGA core developers on the scene. He does have a Patreon, which gives you access to, well, it gets you access to a lot of cores that he's working on that are in the beta stage, and you can help test them, provide feedback, and once they're kind of ready and they get to a certain stage, they get released as public cores. Now, this Hyper Fighting, now, I kind of like Ryu's Hyper Fighting color, but only in Hyper Fighting. I don't like it in any other games. I kind of like Blanca in this one. Blanca's my guy, but let's go Sagat. I have got the Rainbow Editions in here. I think they're on the alternative sets. I know they were nuked a while ago, but I think they're back. Wow, man, so fast compared to the other ones. Sorry guys, you can probably hear my stick like quite heavy now, because I'm here beating my stick. Yeah, we got the rainbow editions, man. 33 rainbow editions they're whack, man. They are whack. I remember when they came out, so super interesting. Wow. Wow. Hyper fighting is dope. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. And let's give you another look. Anyone that's come late, this is my kitchen setup. I'm playing from my kitchen on a tiny little screen and a tiny little laptop. Well, this is fun, man. The arcade boards degrading, no longer an issue. Yeah, man. You know what? Yeah. Oh man, I just love the MiSTer so much. That's why I'm up so late, bloody playing this, man. Nice. Ooh, okay, that was a bit clutch. What game should we do next? What else is here? Let's have a look. What haven't we tried on CPS1 yet? Okay, 1941. What we're doing? No. We're doing this, we're doing that, and we're going all the way to the top. What's it? 1941 counterattack. It's this one here. 1941 counterattack. This is one of the CPS1 ones. Didn't really love the 19XX games. Don't really hate them. Did play one on the Commodore 64. Never really played one in the arcades, but I know Jotego likes one of the games in this series. I can't remember which one it actually is. Oh, we've got Billy in chat. He's stuck in his kitchen leeching off. Yeah, man. At least I've got good. So depending on what side of the house I'm on, I can use like the Wi-Fi there. But guys, I am very, very close with my neighbors. So the lady that lives on, if I'm sitting inside on the right, is a lady from Trinidad. Like, and you know, she's the same age as my mum actually. She's in her early 70s. So I always help. You know, I set her stuff up and everything. So I asked her. She was like, "Yeah, man, use it for a week until you do it." I mean, she's actually got a very, very decent package, and they you know, they don't really use it. And the guy next door, yeah, poor guy, man. His mum died recently, and the guy is like disabled. But I literally, I have to do all their tech for them. I've all got all their usernames, their password, their emails. They don't know how to use anything regarding that. So yeah, I'm kind of using those for a week. But hey, the stream's working well on their Wi-Fi, man. And yeah, I'm with Virgin Media, man, and I'm not a fan of them, man. They suck. But I really want to get like Hyper Optic or Community Fiber, but they just don't operate in my area, man. I'd love to get them. But yeah, man, I'm leeching. I'm in the kitchen. I really like that description. Great to watch gameplay. Can enjoy gorgeous backdrops. Wicked. I love that. I love that comment up there where I just read. Yeah, in the kitchen, leeching the neighbor's Wi-Fi. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. 1941. What else is there? Capcom World 2, Dynasty Final Fight. We had a look at. Okay, we haven't had a look at Ghouls and Ghosts yet. So let's have a quick look at Ghouls and Ghosts. Billy, how you doing as well, man? You're up late as well. Are you? I can't remember if you're a late, you know, like a late person. Ghouls and Ghosts, man. These games are tough, man. They're not easy games. These games are not walks in the park, man. They are tough games, man. They are tough games. All right, let's do our buttons. Cool. Okay. Let it load up. Wicked. Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, man. Like, I feel really bad, man. Like for the guy, man. Like the guy is roughly my age, maybe a couple of years younger, but mentally he's around 12, and yeah, it's like his dad passed away like a few years ago, and it was really sad. It's like they built a driveway, they paid a lot of money to get the driveway done, and the dad went in hospital while the works were happening, and by the time they built it, he was dead. Now the mum, man, it was really, really bad what happened to her. So what happened was she had a fall down the stairs. She was elderly with very, very bad mobility, and the son was asleep upstairs, and he didn't wake up for like 4 hours. And when he come down, the mum had some broken bones, man. Called the ambulance, and a Saturday morning I went shopping. When I come back, there was an ambulance outside. So the ambulance went, no, she's fine. Spoke to the son. She was in hospital for like a couple of weeks, man, and she just died. She was very confused. She had no idea what was going on. So I'm a little bit concerned about the guy that's living there now, because he's not well, man. He's, you know, mentally he's a kid. It's like a kid. Just imagine if you're 12 and you're having to fend for yourself, because mentally that's what he is. And yeah, so just don't really know what's going to happen, you know. So yeah, no idea. Hopefully the parents left some provisions for him, or left some kind of plan for him. But yeah, man, it was yeah, it's just really, really sad. The lady on the other side, though, she's an elderly lady. She's like a retired council worker, just really, really chilling, just really, really nice, man. Just she's like family. That's how close we are. Like my kids, whenever they see her, they're like, auntie. She'll go come in, give them all the sweets, give them everything there. Yeah, man, but she's really, really cool. Like I'll get on really well with her. She even said to me, look, if your friends come around and you haven't got enough space in the house, like just come over to mine and you know, set up and do whatever. Like really, really nice lady. So, you know, whenever I get stuff done, I try and help wherever I can. So yeah, man, but the guy on the other side, really, really sad. But just to lighten up the mood, I'm going to go with a funny story while we kind of watch the attract mode on this. So the guy on the other side who's mentally a teenager, right? Let's say he's mentally like 13 or whatever, right? If I hear the funny story, right? So his parents said, look, we want to get him a tablet. This is about 6 or 7 years ago, right? So they asked me, what's the best tablet to get him? And, you know, I asked him like, dude, what do you want on your tablet? He goes, I don't know, you know, internet, music, download, eBay. But he's got no idea what he wants. He doesn't really knows the internet is something, doesn't fully understand it. So I said to the parents, look, get him an iPad. iPads are really, really easy to work with. They said, how much is it? I said, look, the cheapest iPad is like £360 and whatnot. And they said, no, that's a bit too much. I said, okay, cool, leave it with me. I'll find you something. And I didn't want to get him something really, really crap. I wanted to get him something decent. So I found like one of those Galaxy okay-ish tablets, and that tablet was like £150 or whatever. So I got it for him. They got the internet in the house. That's when obviously I helped them set up their Wi-Fi. I kind of left everything on the default password. They got a smart TV, set it up with iPlayer, got his tablet, right? And yeah, so I got him this tablet, and so he knocked on my door. So every time his tablet stopped working, like he knocked on my door. So he knocked on my door the first time, and he was like, Pixel. Well, he doesn't call me Pixel, but my real name. He was like, my tablet's not working. He was like devastated. Like I was like, all right, no worries. I'll come around and look at the tablet, right? So I popped over to his house. I had a look at the tablet, guys. There was so much rhymes with corn, right? He had so many tabs open on there. And it wasn't anything brutal or anything like that. He wasn't on like the explicit stuff. It was just nude ladies and maybe a little bit of something minorly explicit. But he had so many tabs open on that damn thing, man. I'm trying to fix his thing. I can't remember what the issue was. It was something to do with the Google account where a nag kept coming up. And dude, he had so many tabs open, man. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? He goes, I don't know how it got on there. I don't know how it got on there. Then his mum was like, what got on there? And he was like, rhymes with corn. And I was like, okay. But the worst thing is, like, when I touched the tablet, at a certain point, like, something was a bit sticky on the screen. And I was like, oh, man, I'm in too deep. So I reset it. I come home. I said to my wife, don't touch me. I need to go in the bath, took all my clothes off, put them in the washing, and I've done it. And since that day, every time his tablet is broken, because this guy has just knocked them out crazy to this stuff, right? Every time his tablet, there was an issue with it, I was like, dude, like, you just need to take it to the shop. Go to that shop, pay him some money. And then I told him, look, tablets only last a year. After a year, you need to buy another one, because I just couldn't go through that thing again, because that tablet, like at the age in his mid-30s or whatever, it was like going through puberty. And he just got hold of that, something that maybe we done when we were in secondary school. And, you know, I don't blame the guy for it. I don't fault the guy for it. You know, he's mentally disabled. He's mentally going in his teen years. And all of a sudden he got the tablet and he went on the internet and he discovered that he could see gorgeous chicks doing stuff. And yeah, so, but the worst part was, man, it was just nice. I remember telling my work about it, my colleague at work about this, and he said, dude, look, I know you're nice and I know you help him, but he goes, at that point, he pulled out the tablet and I saw that and it was sticky, I would have said, you're on your own. And I said, no, I'm not doing it again. So there's a few times where, like, the internet was down and I've taught him, look, turn it off, turn it on, and it will work again. So, you know, we go through some troubleshooting, but occasionally I do have to go into their house. They bought like a new TV before the mum died. I had to go set it up. But man, it was like vintage dust behind there and everything. But you know what? That's my neighbors. But hey, like, just for future reference, if you ever meet an individual like that and they help you, they say, can you help us with our tablet? Don't do it, because you know what? That's their chug toy. Philip, I did see the guile handcuff thing. I can't remember how to do it, and it's a bit late, so I may not have the skills to kind of do it now. So I'm going to kind of wrap up the stream shortly. Let's see if there's anything else that we haven't really had a look at yet, that we can have a look at. So to be honest, I think we've pretty much covered most of the stuff on here, you know. Wow, okay, we've not had a look. This is an interesting game. Not going to play it, but we'll have a look at the attract mode of it. And there shouldn't be too much under here. Quiz and Dragons. Okay, let's have a look at this. So I was fascinated by this game when I saw this on an emulation list. Never saw this in an arcade anywhere. Do let me know if you saw this in an arcade, guys. Never ever saw this in an arcade. But I was intrigued by it. Winners don't use drugs, because if you use drugs, all of a sudden you can answer all the questions you can answer all the questions on a game show that Capcom have given you. Okay, average, we've got PC in the truth. Do you know what? I help. Like, so for example, like at my old job, like we used to get, like, guys, when I say like free food, like at my new job, like I don't get free food. So what happens is, like, a lot of my team got really friendly with a lot of the retailers. It was a big space. So all sandwiches, we're talking like, you know, Pret, Eat, a lot of big places. At the end of the day, they used to give us bags of sandwiches. So what I'd do is, especially if I drove to work, if I was coming on public transport, I may not take so much. I used to take like 30 sandwiches, and then I'd go, I pretty much know the vast majority of my street we get on. And so what I did was I grabbed these sandwiches, and I would bring them, and I'd give them to, you know, my neighbors. I'd give them to, like, you know, whatever. I'd call my sister, who lives about a mile and a half away. No, about a mile actually. And I'd say, look, come down, there's sandwiches. And everyone would come down and get them. And it's just the mentality that we had. We weren't very well off growing up. And I wouldn't say I'm really too well off now either. But growing up, we were kind of worse off. So, you know, we saw the value in everything, and we were taught not to waste stuff. I hate wasting stuff. So when I see stuff in this, like, you know, even if at work milk's getting over ordered, I told the guys, look, it's the weekend, take it home, because it's gonna go to waste. I don't want it go to waste, or I'll bring it home. So yeah, I hate wasting stuff. So I remember bringing stuff in and just giving it to all of them. I remember one time Nando's, man, they put more than my body weight in their halloumi cheese, and I was like, guys, what's wrong with this? You put it all in a bin. They were like, they said, look, the text, it's not holding properly. So I checked it, tried it, absolutely fine, man. I probably had like probably a couple of 100 kilos of halloumi, man, in my boot. Went around to my relatives, distributed it all, kept some at home. In fact, I got sick of eating halloumi, man. I ate so much of it. I don't know if I've still got any left in the freezer or not. What part of London are you? Okay, is that someone else? Ace Ventura. Helping with a tablet. Yeah. Ace Ventura, man, I did like that movie back in the day. Right, okay, what part of London? I'm from North London, man. I'm from North London. Was there Thursday, Friday? Okay, cool. Look, if you're ever around in London, right, guys, so if you, I don't know if you've noticed on the weekly news show, I've started giving a shout out to Free Play City, the arcade. So the kind of agreement I've got with them is I just want free entry to it, and I said I'll give them a plug. And I don't really go that much. I've only gone once since I've done that deal with them. But I can go, and I've got a +2. So if any of you guys ever are in North London on the weekend especially, give me a shout if you want. You know, I'll treat you to the arcade. You know, I get free access to it. And if you want to go, and they've got Street Fighter 3 there, they've got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, sorry, Third Strike, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, they've got Super Turbo. So, you know, for like viewers of the channel, people that I chat to, I'm quite happy to just kind of pop in there. You guys can hang out there, and I can pop there for a little bit and kind of duck out. So, okay, Philly, I see what you're saying there, man. I'm in London, February, near Green Street. Okay, I mean, Green Street's not very close to me, Anime, but if you're around, give me a shout, man. If you're around on the weekend, if you can travel to North, I'll take you to the arcade, man, and I'll treat you to a kebab. I like kebabs. So just wait, Jacob Collier, oh, Union Chapel. Where's the Union Chapel? I'm not exactly sure where that is. But yeah, man, if you guys are in London, like, I don't show my face on camera. I try and keep anonymous, but I'm not really ugly or anything. At least I've not ever been called ugly. Maybe someone thinks I'm ugly. You know, people do think I'm reasonably good looking, and not just my mother. But yeah, I keep it here. But I'm quite happy to meet people in real life. The only thing I'll say is don't take pictures of me and post them on social media so people can then edit them and mock me. But yeah, I'm good. I'm not shy to meet people, man. I've met a few subscribers. A few people come down from America. They said, "Hey, we're coming down. You know, will you meet up?" I was like, "Yeah, man, let's do it." But let's kind of round up the stream. And what I am going to do, that's interesting. So that's Quiz and Dragons. It's a quiz game. But what we will do is we will finish up on. Let's just go on Street Fighter. Okay, we'll finish up on Champion Edition because I do like the attract modes for this and everything. Oh, Islington. Do you know what? I currently work in Islington, man. I work in the boundary where it almost changes into City of London. That's my new job, and it's not too far from where I am. So I actually grew up in Islington. I grew up in Islington. That's my hometown, man. That's you know, the Finsbury Park area. So wicked. Wicked. So you were in Islington. I wonder where that is. Union Chapel. I'll have to like look that up. But yeah, awesome. So yeah, guys, man, like you know, don't be strangers. If you're around, cool, wicked. If you're around London, give me a shout, man. I mean, look, sometimes I might just be, look, guys, I'm really busy with the family, the kids. You know, often I get into, sometimes I just get into, like, sometimes I'm trying to do the weekly news video. And then, you know, like I say, my mom's staying with me. She's got dementia. She's at my sister's tonight because the hospital I'm taking her to the morning is literally a stone throw away from my sister's. So it just means there won't be any difficulties getting her ready. So sometimes I'm trying to do stuff and situations just arise, you know, or I'll have something with the kids. But if I'm around, then man, no worries. Saturday morning, everyone knows, my family even know that after taking the kids to Lidl and buying fresh bakery, my wife has to be up and I do the weekly news video. But after that, you know, Saturday evening, I'm kind of all right. And I'm a little bit gutted because I agreed this arcade deal with Free Play City. And it was more, the reason I done the +2 was it was me and my two boys. My daughter's not interested in coming, but the boys are like, Dad, we're not really big fans of the arcade. And I was like, oh, damn, man. I was like, guys, you get to shoot stuff, you get to drive stuff. There's rhythm action games in there, whatever you want. And they're like, nah, we're not into it. But, you know, the option's there. If any of you guys want to go, any friends want to go, we can meet up there. I'll even be as nice to maybe pick you up somewhere near there if you're coming by public transport, right, and take you over to the arcade because it's close to Manor House. But I think it's like a good, it's like a 10-minute walk from Manor House Station, maybe 7 if you've got long legs and you can walk quick. But guys, I've got a single screen here, so I'm going to try and end this stream now. I just thank each and every one of you for watching. Billy, sorry I couldn't do the handcuff thing. I couldn't even remember how to do it now, to be honest, but maybe for another day. Or Upper Street. Okay, top of Upper Street. Mate, Upper Street was my go-to. So I've done a lot of clubbing. Before I used to go at clubs, I used to go to Upper Street. And when I got a bit older and I kind of phased the clubbing out, I used to hang around Upper Street a lot. Like, I pretty much know that whole street. However, when I go there now, all the bars I used to go, 2 have changed name. I used to go to like the MiSTer, the Medicine Bar, and then there was places where there was a place I really used to like called Bar Dining House. That was in between like Essex Road and Upper Street. Like there was a road in the middle. But hey, that was the younger days, man. I'm just a teetotal boring guy now. But guys, look, thank you very much for watching the stream. This was Jotego and Jotego's excellent CPS1 core, Capcom Play System 1. We'll have a look at CPS2 at some point in the future. Maybe we'll do that one on the Analog Pocket, but it's available right now for the MiSTer, the Analog Pocket. It's likely available for like the CD 128. Who knows, maybe even the MiSTer as well. But because I don't have those, I don't look too deep into those. And it's available right now. And if you were to run an update or update tool, you'll get this core. And it's got classic games on there now, like what we're looking at now, Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. It's got Final Fight on there. It has got some bangers on there. And it's a system everyone should try. You know, I grew up in the arcade, so these are very, very special to me. But even if they're, you know, not special to you, you've got gaming history here with that, man. Upper Street, it may, oh, you know what? Sorry, Chris. It might be a bit posh now, and yeah, parts of it were posh, man. But you know what? On a Friday night, Saturday night, it was what it was. So remember, it kind of starts at Highbury and Islington Station and it goes up to Angel, and it's quite a long street. There was a whole bunch of places. And I remember going to Cuba Libre. My friend used to like that. MiSTer was really good on Monday night. It was very, very cheap as well. Love and respect from Colorado. Be safe and strong out there, boys. Wicked, man. Absolutely love it when you guys check in from around the world. But yeah, guys, 33 wicked. I'm gonna keep talking all night. I better go get some sleep because I do want to unwind in bed with a handheld. My wife will be asleep and she's used to me pressing joystick buttons next to her in there. Wicked Philae, absolutely nice. And guys, Philae is awesome. He's also got a YouTube channel where he streams a lot of MiSTer stuff as well. And you know, if you want to find some rare gems, he means, yeah, it's a good place to find rare gems. He's definitely introduced me to a lot of games. Inaki, thank you very much. And also thank you for your support, for being a member, I think both on Patreon and on YouTube. So absolutely love the love that I get from you, man. Paul McGuinness, nice stream. Good night. Okay, guys, that's it. Be absolutely awesome to one another, man. Let me just, before I go, let me just show you where I was streaming in case anyone missed it. This was my stream setup in my kitchen. 10-inch laptop, I think it's a 10-inch screen, maybe it's a little bit less. Using an arcade stick, not the 8-bit to M30, a MiSTer Pi with a PCN custom 3D printed case that Big Al printed for me. And yeah, just that stuff there. So now I'm going to clear this up. I'm going to put it in what I call the road bag, the MiSTer road bag. But hey, I know how it works. Took me a while to set it up, that's it. But awesome, guys. Be super awesome to one another, man. This is Pixel Cherry.